guys, welcome back to my video. It has been a while. I'm working on doing more videos more often, but let's move on. Today I am going to do full face first impressions. I have a whole bunch of new product that I'm trying to test out and see if I like it, and I'm gonna do my whole face with it. So just to show you a little bit of what I have on my table here in front of me, I had a couple of guys stop by my work and they were advertising this makeup brand here, and so I bought like perfume that smelled really good, and they gave you like a goodie bag for free, which came with the 3 lip glosses. I've already tried this one here. Probably going to give this one away. This one is they don't really have any color to them. They're pretty much clear. They just have like a little bit of a tint to them. Pretty much the first couple ingredients are oils. So this is the Makeover Essentials. So it also came with a face primer. The first ingredient in this is dimethicone, which pretty much in all of the hydrating primers, that's the first ingredient. So I'm pretty sure it's probably not going to be anything special. This kind of looks like an e.l.f. primer that I have, as well as Smashbox. So it's just clear. It's very nice and smooth. It doesn't have a smell or anything to it, so that's a plus. As well as it came with, let's see, a palette, which I'll show you, and it came with a little bronzer brush. So, and if you are new to my channel, I tend to go off topic a lot and talk a lot. The last time I tried a bronzer brush combo, I ended up looking orange and weird, so I'm probably not even going to test out. So I don't know if you can see, but this is very gold and shimmery. This reminds me of like a gold eyeshadow. Let's see if I can get some of it out on my hand to show you, but I don't feel like this is gonna look good. I feel like this is more of an eyeshadow color, or maybe if you're very dark, like if you have a darker complexion, you can probably use this as a highlight. But it just has a lot of, see, it's not really translating well on camera, but it has a lot of glitter particles, and all you see is just shimmer. So if anything, you know, that could be used as a highlighter. I don't think I'm going to be using it on my face today. I do have a different bronzer that I want to try out. It also came with this lashing out palette. I've already swatched a couple colors and they weren't very pigmented, but I'm hoping it's one of those palettes that, you know, it's very blendable and you can build up the color a little bit. So it actually comes in a very nice packaging. It's a tin can right here, and then you open it. It comes, it comes with lashes. Oh my gosh, just trying to, so the lash holders, I guess, they weren't glued in, so they just kind of came out. So it comes a little brush, which I'm probably not going to be using, but we'll see. And then it comes with the lashes, and then you have 3 colors here. These 2 colors are the same, and then you just have these 2 colors that are different, and then these 2 top colors. The only matte shade in here is this one right here, which honestly I'm probably only going to be using it to like set my concealer with on my eyes, or the primer. So we'll see. I don't know about the lashes. I'll try them, but I do have a set of lashes that I do want to try out. These are the Ardell Double Up lashes. So we're gonna try all the stuff that came in the goodie bag, and we'll kind of go from there. On to some of the other products I'm going to be trying out. I have the Hourglass. This is the Arch Brow Volumizing Fiber Gel. This is in the color Dark Brunette. Heard a lot of good things about this one. It's $20. It's kind of expensive, but it's very luxurious and actually does have a good amount of product in it. It has 0.10 fluid ounces, so that's actually not too bad. And again, the packaging feels very nice. For concealer, I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Wear Concealer. They didn't have the shade that I wanted to. It was sold out online. So I'm going to be using the 1C Light. So up, I'm going to be using or trying the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder right here. This was a recommendation from Tati. She's amazing. Pretty much every recommendation from her works out for me. So now this, these two items here. This one, Contour Cosmetics. This is the lip pencil or lip liner, Juju. This I got from my Ipsy bag this month. So it's a pretty neutral color. It's just like a tan color there. And I also got the City Color Glow Duo Cream and Powder highlighters. As you can see, I have tried them. So let me do a little swatch here for you guys. So the cream, it's very light. It almost has like a natural glow to it. I'm not really understanding the pairings here because the cream is super, super light to where you can't really tell that it's there versus a really dark color. Grab a couple of things that I am missing. Oh, and one last thing. I am missing a foundation and a mascara, so I'll be grabbing that. So I'm not going to be trying out a new mascara or foundation, so I'll skip over those parts. But for the brow product, I am trying out the new NYX Professional Makeup Micro Brow Pencil. So I already have moisturizer on. Guess we'll start with the primer and then we'll move on to eyes. From my experience with these products so far, they're about on the same level as drugstore products, if not a little worse maybe. Like this you can get for like $3 from e.l.f. Nothing special. Start out with a little bit of concealer on my eyes to kind of prime them a little bit. This is the Double Wear Concealer from Estee Lauder that I mentioned earlier. I guess I'll use the one matte shade that comes in this palette and I'll set my eyes with it. So I mean the fallout is pretty normal. The crappy thing about this is the fact that you have to, like, there's really not that much room for your brush, so if you're using a bigger, fluffier blush brush, like what I'm doing right now, it's kind of hard to get any product out. Not a crease color or anything like that in there, so I think I'm gonna pull out my Dose of Color palette. This is the Marvelous Mauves. Oh, Jesus. And I'm just gonna use that darker shade there in the middle. Back to the palette, so I'm guessing they kind of went for like a smoky eye vibe with this palette. So I guess smoky eye is what we're gonna go for. And it says the lashes come with glue. kind of confused because I don't see any glue, so I guess they may be expecting me to use the glue that's on the lashes right now. I'm not sure. Alright, so just gonna take a very small detailed crease brush. This is crease brush from e.l.f. And I'm just going to start, so these two colors are the same here. It says, comes with 6 eye colors. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no way, those two colors, I guess the one of the blacks is more matte than the other, but they're both kind of terrible, so. I'm going to start with this black here, and I'm just gonna dip my brush in there. Almost no fallout at all, so it's good. I'm just gonna work that on the outer corner of my eyes. I think I'll use the golden color to go all over my lid. Take that original brush that I used to set my concealer with, and I'll go ahead and blend the outside corners of my eyes where I just placed that black color. I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild, I guess this is their just flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to be placing, see, this is so inconvenient, like what is the point of this? Oh, this one has a lot of fallout. So I'm going to be using that shade and I'll put it all over my lid. That color has almost no pigment to it at all. It literally just crumbles as I try to pick it up with my brush. I don't know if you can see that, but there's like crumbles all over, and it really doesn't even do anything. So I went ahead and sprayed some setting spray to see if it would add any pigment to this, and so far honestly I'm not really that impressed with this. It has a lot of fallout, especially with this shade, and not that much payoff as you can see. And honestly, I hope this palette doesn't cost too much. I'm gonna actually link their website down below so you guys can click on it and check it out if you'd like. I feel like this reminds me of like really inexpensive dollar store makeup, but to be honest, even Wet n Wild with their little palettes are stepping up the game, which, may I say, makes me so happy to see drugstore brands stepping up their game with makeup. So let me go ahead and actually swatch that shade for you guys. So this is the only amount of makeup that I can get. It's very patchy, and I had to press down really hard to try and get anything out of it. Let me see if I can at least even this out a little bit. I mean, you can see it's very patchy. And I mean, the shade is beautiful and I want to love it. I really want to love this, but it's really hard right now. Especially when you have makeup brands like ColourPop and e.l.f. and Wet n Wild that really step up their game. So next I'm just gonna take this white shade here and I'm gonna go ahead and put this right under my brows to highlight that, if I can get any of the product to actually stay. Okay, so this white shade isn't too bad. actually packing on very nicely, but it does have a lot of fallout, just like the other shimmery shade. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the rest of these for you guys, just so you can kind of make your own conclusion from this. So this is the white shade right here. Very powdery. I'm gonna try and see if I can get any product from the matte shade, if you can actually tell. This is the matte shade there, you can't really even tell. And let me get the silver. So this is the silver shade, also very patchy. And let's go for one of the blacks. So I really had to work for this one to try and get some of the product on there. So that's the black, probably the best eyeshadow in that palette. This is the NYX brow pencil. What is this? Micro brow pencil. What the pencil looks like. This is the taupe color. And what I usually do is I comb my brows out and then I just kind of outline just a little bit, just enough for me to see. And then I basically just fill in all my sparse areas and I don't really go overboard with my brows. Just because I want them, I like more of a natural look to my brows. So I tend to fill in mostly at the end here and lightly at the front. So this pencil isn't very pigmented, so it's kind of hard for me to even see if it really did anything. It's very dense. My favorite eyebrow pencil is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Her brow pencil is amazing. I also like Unique's brow pencil. It's more creamy and pigmented, where this is really hard and like you have to really work for the color to come out. So my brows are finished. I am going to go ahead and use the Hourglass Brow Gel. And again, this is set to volumize your brows and make them stay in place. So this is the little wand. It looks a lot like a mascara wand. And the one end is like longer, as you can see here. Really smell like a lot. It does feel very nice when you first apply it to the brows. So with and without. You can already tell the difference. So I mean, for $26 I would expect some great results, let me tell you. Next, I'm going to go ahead and apply some lashes, and then I'll get my foundation done as well. So I actually did find a new foundation that I did get not too long ago and only used once. So technically, I guess I could use it as my first impressions in here as well. I didn't just get it like I did all of this stuff. So I guess it kind of still qualifies. So this is the Maybelline Dewy and Smooth foundation. I was really big fan of their Fit and Poreless foundation, so far from my first try a couple weeks ago, I really liked this foundation, and this was sent to me from Influencer, so thank you for letting me try this. since I already like the other formula. So I'm gonna go ahead and test this out one more time and see if this is just as good as the other formula. And I'm always on the lookout for good dewy foundations. So right offhand, I noticed the band is very thick, very different from their Demi Wispies, which I love. So I'm kind of excited to see how it will wear. I do have a lot of freaking glue on the band. These feel very luxurious to what I'm used to, and they look freaking amazing. Alright, so lashes are on. I don't know why I'm just being so freaking harsh on everything I've been trying so far, but these lashes, the band is very thick, and if you're new to wearing fake lashes, it can be very freaking hard to put them on. And like, I mean, they look freaking gorgeous. Like, wow, Ardell is stepping it up yet again. I absolutely love this style of them, but they're just, the band is very thick, so it was really hard to apply, as well as they're very heavy. So my Demi Wispies have a very thin band, so it literally takes me seconds to apply them, and they're very light to wear, like I don't feel that they're on, but these are just very heavy. Like, but I mean, they look freaking amazing. So I'm gonna go in with some concealer and foundation. We'll go in with concealer just to conceal a little bit before we put the foundation on, because I think this foundation is only medium coverage, which is great since I do like doing more neutral looks. However, it doesn't really cover everything that I need it to. The shade that I'm trying for the dewy foundation is in the shade 120. This is my second time trying this foundation, and I absolutely love it. Like I said, it is more of a medium to light coverage. So if you need a little bit more coverage than that, then putting on a second layer and conceal would probably be a great idea. I'm just gonna put a little bit more on. And the first time that I tried this, it actually wore for a pretty good amount of time. I did wear it to work, and I want to say it lasted my whole shift and then until I got home. So I want to say it probably lasted about 10 hours for me. I usually take my foundation off as soon as I get home, so I didn't test it out, you know, how long I can wear it, but it was definitely, as long as it doesn't wear off throughout, you know, my work day, then it's definitely a one for me. I go ahead and set my face. For my under eyes, I'm going to use the Brighten Up Banana Powder from Essence. I'm going to go in with the Glow Duo by City Color, and I'm going to use the cream shade here. Again, the shade is way too dark, and I don't understand their pairing there, but it's whatever. I'm just gonna go ahead and use my finger, and just gonna go in. It's very pretty. I mean, it looks very nice and natural. It does have the glow that a highlighter needs to have. I do really like that shade, I do. It's just, I'm not understanding why I put such a light cream shade with such a dark powder shade. For the bronzer, alright, this is probably my most anticipated product that I've been wanting to use. This is the Chanel bronzer. This is their cream bronzer. And I've never tried a cream bronzer before, so I'm pretty kind of curious and excited to see how it's going to work out, because a lot of beauty gurus out there have recommended this. This has 1 fluid ounce in it, and it was $50. It's really expensive, so it better work. and I did get to swatch there. It kind of looked really light, and I was reading some of the reviews and some people were asking, will this work on a darker complexion, and they said yes. I don't know if they were lying, but because look at how light that shade is, but it's whatever. I'm gonna go in this, I'm just gonna go in with my flat foundation brush because I normally use this brush for my bronzer and I really don't see that working out very well. So I'm just gonna go in. It like really pains me to even touch this product because it's so expensive. And I wish the packaging would be like heavier and more luxurious, but that's okay. Closer look and kind of seeing how the bronzer is looking. Honestly, I might freaking cry because it does look pretty good. I'm gonna take my brush here and I'm just gonna buff it out just a little bit so it just has more of that natural look to it. But oh my gosh, I'm actually pretty impressed. And I will say it doesn't have that much pigment in it. And I think Tati recommended Model's Own bronzer, the cream bronzer, as a more of a comparable thing to this. And they do have two different shades, one lighter, one darker, whereas they don't. And she said it's not as pigmented as this, so I can't really imagine, because I mean it helped a little bit. As you see, like it looks really good, very natural. So I feel like the other one would be more of bronzing effect, I guess. But honestly, I am freaking in love, well worth $50. I will eventually try the Model's Own cream bronzer, but unfortunately when I went to buy it, when I was buying this, they were out of stock. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this lip pencil. And since these are clear and I do want to give away the brown shade of the lip glosses, I'm just gonna use a little bit of this over top of my Tarte lip paint in color Birthday Suit. So they'll be kind of in unison as far as the pencil color and the color of the lipstick. And I will say when I swatched this guy, I went to wash my hands and it would not freaking come off. I'm gonna let this dry a little bit and then I'll go in with that lip gloss. We're gonna go ahead and apply some of that lip gloss on top. And again, like I said, I've tried this before this video just to kind of see if it had any sort of pigment to it or any color, and it does not. It's just clear lip gloss. It has a little bit of a tint, barely. You can't really even tell, honestly, if you're not looking. So just to recap, I did enjoy the Chanel bronzer, the Maybelline foundation, and the Double Wear concealer, as well as the Hourglass, the brow gel, Essence Brighten Up powder. It was pretty inexpensive, so it's always nice to find products that work well and won't cost you an arm and a leg. I did enjoy just this shade from the City Color Duo highlighters, and as well as the lip liner. Everything else was kind of a flop for me. The lashes look really, really nice. And again, for a drugstore brand, they're amazing. However, they were very heavy. The band is very thick, so it's kind of hard to stick it on there. And the rest of the stuff from, what is this called? Makeover Essentials, they were kind of a flop, I will say. Yeah, I'm gonna put the link down below, but I don't know if I would spend any money on them, since you can literally go out and go to a drugstore and get better products for cheaper, but that's just me. Alright guys, and that is it for today's video, and let me know down below if you want to see any other brands for me to try, or if you have any suggestions, and don't forget to subscribe so you can see every time when I post a new video. Bye guys.